Let's get physical. It's Jordan here, back again with this week's update on all the physical releases coming to the Nintendo Switch, where in the final week of April, we're taking a look at all the releases from the 27th until the 1st of May. As always, we're taking a look at all the physical retail releases, all low print games up for order, some imports, and our community spotlight where you show off your pickups, plus we'll be announcing the winner of the $20 eShop gift voucher. Let's delve in. Moving out is the latest game from SMG Studios. This is a party game that's taken quite a few notes from the competitive classic Overcooked, except this time with house removals involved. This looks to be as fun as it is chaotic, and although we've not reviewed it ourselves, we've heard nothing but good things about it. Is anyone planning on picking this up? Let us know if you are, as we'd like to know what you think of it. Arcade Spirits is perhaps releasing this week on the 1st of May in Europe, but as it's a P-Cube title, you can never be too sure until it's in your hands. Anyways, this is a quirky visual novel type game with a bit of comedy thrown in. It's set in an alternative future where arcade still reigns supreme. There's lots of customization apparently, choosing your own appearance, skin tones, hair color, and even which pronoun that you prefer. Anyone up for this? Let us know. And also, US release maybe next week. After a small delay from last week, this week we have Snooker 19 Gold Edition. This is a re-release of the snooker game from last year, but now with DLC challenge pack included. 128 real-life snooker pros are available to play as, all the official tournaments, a career mode, plus the 50 challenges that was DLC previously. It looks to be a good one for fans of snooker if you didn't already pick this one up before. This is releasing on the 24th in the UK. I have no idea about overseas. Ministry of Broadcast is a cinematic platformer that fills me with big feelings of classic games such as Flashback and Another World, with other more modern games such as Uncanny Valley thrown in. A bit of stealth, a bit of puzzle solving, it looks to be pretty good if you're into this sort of thing. Now, I'm not sure about other outlets, but from the publisher's website, PM Studios, if you pick this game up, you can get a steel book with it. And I know plenty of you guys like those things, so don't miss out on that if you like to collect them. And also, by the way, the European release may be next week. I'm not sure. And uncertainty is that of Red Art Games' previously low print release, Exodrifter, may be getting a wider release. I confirmed this fact a while back with Red Art Games, who admitted it was the case, although that was before there was a certain release date. Well, it looks like Exodrifter may be releasing this week on April 30th. If you're interested, I found the listing on PlayAsia, but nowhere else right now, so have a look at that if you fancy it. Links are below. Alright, let's delve into the low print releases. A game that I always assumed was primed for a low print release, Coffee Talk, is up for order now. Yes, for a few months this has been an import-only title that did have English on the cartridge, but now Strictly Limited Games have snapped it up to add it to their lineup. This is a visual novel set in a quirky alternative world where you chat to customers and make them a nice cup of coffee. I've had my eyes on this one for a while, and here in China it's like less than $30, almost close to where I want it. Anyways, if you don't want to import, then you can pick this one up, or maybe you want the collector's edition, which does look quite nice. You get a large poster, an art book, sticker sheet, character cards, as well as a 2-CD soundtrack. And this is SwitchWatch Legends God of Resin's Pick of the Week. Aeterno EX is from Red Art Games. This is a retro-inspired platformer, and while I can't say for 100%, I have to say it looks incredibly mediocre. Or perhaps bland is a better word, I don't know. Anyways, you can order this one right now with a supposed 2,800 copies available. I'm not entirely sure how long this has been up for order, but either way, I should probably talk about Kentucky Route Zero TV Edition. This is up for pre-order on the I Am 8-Bit website. This is an almost surreal, mysterious point-and-click adventure, which is praised very, very highly. I personally don't have any experience with it, but I've heard nothing but great things about it, so be sure not to miss out on this one. It's expected to ship on Q3 this year. Kentucky Route Zero is SwitchWatch Legends Dane Wilkinson's Pick of the Week. Alright, let's jump into the imports this week. Kind of. The fact is that there aren't any this week, but there has been a lot of confusion regarding the physical release of Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm for Burrito Thingy. Well, Europe does have a physical release, although only in certain places, and it's been selling out pretty fast. It turns out that the US version has been a no-show, which I could have sworn was announced at the same time the game was, but I don't know. I'm doubting myself now. Anyways, it looks like US people are going to have to import this one if you want a physical version. Thankfully, you have 3 options. The European one, which is going to be a bit hit and miss right now, probably thanks to COVID-19 or perhaps a low print number. However, you can pick up the Japanese version, which does have English, as well as a South Asian version, which does too. There are links below in the description if you want to pick this up. The one you don't want is the Hong Kong Chinese version, because that one does not have English. As I said, the links below are for the ones that you'll be wanting if any American friends want to secure their copy. Maybe the US version will turn up later, but who knows during this crazy time. And just remember that if you do buy from the links below, you can get 5% off your order if you use the coupon code SwitchWatchTV when you check out. SwitchWatchTV, that's all one word, to get 5% off your order. Plus, it helps us out massively as well. Alright, the community spotlight where you show off your physicals. Plus, if you want to get featured, you'll be in with a chance of winning a $20 eShop credit. I was planning on giving a physical game away, but due to the current world events, I thought it would be a safer option for now. Anyways, this is the last week of the month for April, so once we're done here, we'll pick a winner. Next week is starting afresh. Alright, Peter Clark picked up a couple of games. Firstly, the Japanese release of Lost Sphere, which I was happy to hear that there's been an update for this to include English. Yeah, it did get a Western release, but for me, here in China, they've only ever had the Japanese release, which at the time did not have English, but now it does. I might actually pick this one up for cheap. He also got a very recent game, The Fox Awaits Me, a fan service laden visual novel that I reviewed a couple of weeks ago. It's pretty solid if you're into that sort of thing, leaning more towards the fan service than the story, but still, it's a good time. This physical is import only right now, but thankfully it does have English if you want it. Chris Hepburn picked up a couple of games, but Switch related, we have Battle Chasers Night War. James reviewed this one for the channel and was impressed with what it has to offer. And I don't care what you say, it is a JRPG, even though it's not made in Japan. It's the name of a genre, not the location it was made. Anyways, before I jump into a rant, if you're looking for that next quality hit, then we can certainly recommend this one. Mansfield Bear got in 3 games, quite the variety. I am curious if that Giga record cover is the Best Buy version. I have no idea, but it does look different than what I remember. Slain is a very hardcore game, brutally difficult, but I know that it's one of Juan's favorite on the Switch. He's a bit of a masochist. Mr. Valgard got in this collector's edition of Knights of Azure 2, the limited edition, which I think was sold on NIS America's website. Anyways, I know it's a bit of a collector's item, often fetching more than its original price. You have to be careful with these NIS America collector's editions. They sell out really quickly and are highly desired. Fluttershout sent in a few pictures of their pickups, Shovel Knight and Disgaea 4, both excellent games, along with Disgaea 1 and Asterix and Obelix 2. Interesting game, that one. I've still not tried it myself. And also, they got The Binding of Isaac, a classic. Silver House sent in a couple of pictures. Firstly, of the most recent pickup, Trials of Mana. I gave that one a review and really enjoyed it, despite the slightly budget feeling to it. They also shared this excellent collection of games, including a great import there of the magnificent Omega Labyrinth Live Collector's Edition. I've had my fingers hovering over that buy button so many times. It's fair to say that this dude has nice taste in Japanese games. Craig Morgan picked up Ni no Kuni for a bit of a bargain. I think he said about $25, which, if I saw it for that price, I would have definitely picked it up too. The only thing stopping me is my lack of time to play such a lovely game. Mikhail Sun showed off their recent pickups of A Hat in Time, the 3D platformer with a cult following. I don't know if it's just the people I follow on Twitter, but my word does this game get a lot of fan art. Troy was also one who picked up Trials of Mana. I believe he got this on Wednesday or something crazily early. Like I said, a great game as long as you have the right expectations. Check out my review if you haven't already. SwitchWatch legend God of Resin showed off this triple threat of super obscure games. The middle and right game were released on the same day during a very quiet period, but still went under the radar. Obviously, we can all say the quality is probably quite low, but I do sort of enjoy the super obscure games as physicals. Chuck's Taylors got Streets of Red, which I believe was distributed by Limited Run. The European release of Dead or School, yes, American dudes, that's one you'll have to import if you want it physically. Links below if you fancy it. And Aeterno Blade 2. I can't say I'm confident about the quality of this one, but I haven't heard great things about it. But I perhaps believe this is a European exclusive too. I can't actually remember. But anyway, yeah, American people, you may want to import this one too. Ganeka's picked up this little gem of NBA Playgrounds 2. I heard some fun things about this one, or maybe the first one. I don't know how different they are. Any fans of this one out there? Jaytin sent in a couple of pictures, firstly of MK11 and Call of Juarez. 2 good games, shame about the download requirements for each though, plus they got this nice steel book for a Lego game. I'm not sure which one that one came with. Anyone know? Jason Lee sent in this glorious looking picture. Now for me, as I always say, it's not about the quantity of games, and that's not what I'm impressed with here, but the display is impeccable. I love the kind of like video store feel of this setup. Obviously it's not space efficient, but it looks badass. I'm liking what I see here in this collection. They've even got the Kemco RPG import that I thought I would be the only person to get. Everyone's favorite 80s action hero Kurt Cannongrave got in a couple of games this week. Sushi Striker, a very underrated game, and Cooking Mama, which is quite the legend due to its notoriety. A couple of games including Dusk's Diver, which I'm a big fan of, as you may know. I really want to go back and play that one. I just wish I had the time. I love how I just can just switch my brain off and play it. So much fun. And finally, to end this week's episode, Jonathan, a big collector, managed to get this bunch of stuff for an absolute bargain. All this for just 300 Australian dollars. It's just something that no one can say no to. I mean, I'd have bought it, then sold the Switch, and kept everything else basically for free, right? You lucky so-and-so. Alright, so now is the time to pick our winner for this month. A $20 eShop gift voucher. Who's ready? I've got all the names here who got their pictures shown this month. Much fewer than last month, sadly, or lucky for those involved, I suppose. Anyways, let's have a spin of the wheel and see who the winner is. Are you ready? The winner is... Peter Clark! Well done, bro. Not only did I give you a dinosaur fossil in Animal Crossing, but now you have a $20 eShop credit. Congratulations. Alright, thanks ladies and gents. If you want to send in your recent additions, or perhaps your favorite Switch games, or some games that you think are underrated or rare, it doesn't matter how many you send, just send me a picture over on Twitter at SoWhatAboutGame. Please message me so I can keep track of it, or you can email it into us at contactors@switchwatch.co.uk. Just make sure you start the email title with Community Spotlight so I don't miss it. Plus, we have a Discord, which is a nice way for us to have a chat with you guys. And also, you can send your pictures to me on there. And also, talk about stuff. Discord server link is below. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of New Physical. Special thanks to our executive producers, Dane Wilkinson and God of Resin, and all the others who joined our membership. We really appreciate you guys. Have any of the games taken your fancy this week? Be sure to check out last week's episode in case you missed it, plus a couple of reviews you may have missed. Last week was big in terms of our reviews. We had a lot of big ones out there. Don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and that little bell too to keep up to date with everything that we do. We'll see you guys next time, and remember, let's get physical.